We go, we are online. You.
Can they hear us?
Yep.
We are online.
I might say a few words to help out. I just can't do it for long periods of time.
No. Okay, he can hear us all and everything. Sounds good.
I was gonna double check with them. So you two just talk crap for about...
That is absolutely fantastic.
So we've got it all sorted. We've all back up and running, and yeah. So to the absolute total of 0 viewers, supposedly, according to what I'm looking at. Welcome to GGLoL Team 1. Hopefully my first shoutcast, and well, if my partner here gets his stuff sorted, Archon. I've got to remember his name. I'm gonna gotta remember.
Bit of a hard name to remember.
Yeah, I know, right?
They like all went AFK, so I'm gonna check myself. Just keep talking for the next few minutes.
Well, okay, that makes it all the best, because I'm gonna forget Archon's name multiple times, and you know I'm going to.
You may call me Taffy.
Taffy.
Taffy, like the candy.
Oh God, you almost sound American. Wow.
Well, you can do that. You don't have to. You can.
What? Make you sound American? Or?
You can.
Alright, let's do this, guys.
Yous. Alright, so am I spectating you or am I spectating...
You had to spectate through me or Finger, we'll both have him. I'm going to...
Where?
It is in queue at the moment, so just give him seconds.
Stream, Skyraz? Oh, okay, we'll let him get in a game, and hopefully, if this is all sorted and I can spectate off Skyraz, we'll have a game going, and... For any of you guys from GGLoL that are watching, welcome, welcome, welcome. This should be highly entertaining. This is our top team who are, I don't know, what are they averaging, Skyrise, between gold and plat, or?
Gold and plat, although at this stage, our top laner Sofa, actually our main top laner Retains, just recently broke his wrist playing soccer. So we've actually had to sub in Norik's brother just for this match.
Yep.
Sofa will be playing top lane. So yeah, but other than that, averaging all gold players. And Retains was plat 5, but I think Norik's closing in on plat as well. And Kim, our AD carry, is gold 1, so a good mix there between gold and plat.
That's fantastic.
Sounds good. It looks like we've got a strong team for it, even if we do have a fill, so... And Elfish Guys just added me to spectate off him. And, oh, we've got another... I'm assuming another member of... the team adding me. Unique Freak, is he part of it?
That is another member of the team. I believe Unique Freak is the jungler.
Oh, beautiful. So we've got 2 have added me now, and we can work from that. Oh. And Unique is celebrating the fact that he's on a stream. Good on you, man.
Congratulations, Freak.
Congratulations, if only it was watched by more than 8 people.
Don't worry, soon it's going to be 8,000. Don't you worry about that.
One day. As when the Oceanic servers come out, we may get a little bit more to it, and you know, have a bit of fun and all that good stuff. But until then, we actually need these guys to get into queue so I can spectate, maybe, or not.
Well.
Because it's not a custom game, we don't get a live spectate as soon as they go into Champion Select, so we actually have to wait for them to get into the loading screen. Yeah, because it's not a custom game, so.
Oh, well, maybe we should have set up for a custom game. My mistake, but...
Don't worry about it, buddy.
This is live ranked, so it's way better than a custom game.
Have they played a few ranked games so far, or...?
Not on the main team, but they did play on a dummy team recently and went extremely well, and I think got placed into Gold 5.
Ooh!
After doing their placement matches.
Oh, well...
They even lost a match, so that was...
That's a damn shame.
Yes, it was, because our top laner, Retains, decides to DC the whole match.
Youch, was that about the time he broke his wrist, or...?
Yeah, well, he broke his wrist not too long after that.
Oh, well, I was going to say, good effort if you broke your wrist while playing League and playing soccer at the same time. Those Google glasses, they can do magic things.
Well, I guess what they say is true. Karma is a bitch.
Oh yeah, that's what he deserves.
DC's small game, he gets what he deserves.
Oh, well, I don't think a broken wrist is quite the same thing, but, you know, maybe a sprain or something.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chuck a quick post up on the forums about this.
Oh, go for it, man. Do you know what the actual stream... Oh, yeah, you've got the link to the stream.
I don't know which way to post it in.
One thing we can do is get a streaming live big ass advertisement across the main screen. That's something we can look into. Ask Boomkin about that. See if we can do something like that.
For sure, definitely.
That'd be fun.
A featured stream it's currently, for sure.
Well, while I've still got internet, I'm happy to just do it and have a bit of fun with it and, you know, get a few guys chatting in the game lobby and all that.
Absolutely.
Holy hell. It's alright. They're in champion select, maybe? In queue for 4 minutes. They're waiting and waiting and waiting.
The average is 6 minutes there for championship to be done.
Alright, so... Unfortunately, the team isn't in game yet, but we'll get there soon. I promise. We will get there soon. And
Absolutely. I wonder what kind of combo they're going to pull off today.
Well, I can give a little insight to that. They definitely have been practicing a few AoE comps. This is just some generic AoE comps. However, they haven't really been very successful with it. They were having a bit of trouble. But for this match, I'll definitely probably predict they'll just run a standard win your lane sort of comp. They'll probably just focus on winning their lanes with the counter picks and whatnot, and then hopefully with a good transition to into a good late game team. That's my picks right up there. Good chance you may see a Carthus pick by Norak, or an Orianna. They're my two. There's his two main picks, sort of a Carthus or Orianna for this match.
It'd be cool if he picks Orianna to see a wombo combo coming out.
Sure.
Just like the Malphite ult or the Hecarim ult, straight into that Orianna combo, just to pull them all in. Or one you don't see anymore that you used to see when Orianna was released was the Amumu snare into Orianna ult into a Mumu ult, which used to...
Oh, yes.
That stuff used to just be overpowered.
Does seem quite the overpowered combo.
Good chance to also see Elfish guy as support trying to pick up Fresh. He absolutely loves Fresh and will take any opportunity to play him.
Well, that's good because I play support as well, and I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing some good Thresh. I find him pretty hard to play, surprisingly, but that could just be because he's a little bit squishy for my liking.
I like to think Thresh is a bit tanky.
Oh,
Minus his innate passive of gaining armor and magic resist, he tends to be played more as a tanky support.
I keep hearing that, and I try and build him tanky, but I find that compared to like Leona and Tarek, my two main, tanky style supports, he just gets melted.
Well, compared to those that do have intense steroids, such as Leona and Tarek, he is a bit squishy.
Yeah, but
I mean, the same can be said about a Nautilus support. Same concept, where it's just grabbing and crowd controlling, but once you break that Nautilus shield, it becomes quite squishy.
Yeah, okay, I can agree with that. But if you think about it though, Thresh, if he times it right, and if he lands that hook, dives in, pops his ult, and then drops his shield in the middle of the ult, he should be able to survive most of it, thinking about it. But...
Not too right there, but they are actually in game, so we can now see the champion pick.
Oh, beautiful. So where are we?
Absolutely. Where are we in champion picks?
3, 2, 1. What are we going to see?
We have the Norak upset with a Kha'Zix mid.
Oh,
one of his most played champions, but I did not expect it this match.
He plays it fairly well, I'm assuming? You've got a little bit more...
He plays it Kha'Zix very well. So I could definitely see Kha'Zix winning his lane very early against Lux.
It'd be quite an interesting matchup. Got Kemriel on Ezreal.
Very good Ezreal player from what I've seen so far.
Got Selther on Brogath.
Yeah.
Brogath.
I'm...
Got Unique Freak on Nautilus. Ooh.
Oh, the Nautilus jungle. Supposedly it's not as strong in Season 3 with the changes to the strength and jungle creeps, but if he can get through that first clear, he should be right to keep on going and, getting all that good stuff going with it. Like the massive CC, and with it, Nautilus ult, Cho'Gath knock up, and the Sonar ult, we should see a lot of CC coming out of those guys. But with the blue team picking up both the Ashe ult, the Lux snare, and Malphite ult, there's a lot of CC on both sides.
A lot of hard CC on both sides.
blue team did.
We've also got the Lulus for the extra knock-up after
And-
Malphite's knock-up as well.
And if we consider also Vi's Q and her ult, there's another 2 bit of CC there as well.
They could effectively single out any target they want on the enemy team, so this could be rather interesting.
Well,
They have a very good hard engage comp as well. Like they can get into a fight extremely well.
yeah.
Another interesting point is Lux taking barrier against Kha'Zix. That's a major sign of weakness there. Definitely thinking.
Well, it's a sign of safety, more than
Well,
weakness.
Lux doesn't seem to be sure whether she can take on the burst coming out of Kha'Zix. And personally, I reckon that's a pretty good pick, considering that Kha'Zix doesn't bring any hard CC, so there's no need for the barrier. And the Ignite really wouldn't help her if she got caught out without a shield. So,
It's interesting. Kha'Zix is an assassin, so we'll have to keep in mind that sooner or later, Lux will lose to a large amount of burst damage.
that
Regardless of whether or not she starts building tanky or not, Kha'Zix will still be able to take down that armor and that shield relatively quickly.
yeah, and the barrier coming out on Ashe is actually a surprising pick, considering that Ashe doesn't actually have, Ezreal and Sona don't actually have any hard CC up until level 6, where Sona gets her ult, and that's it.
I imagine that combo bottom will be very, very strong at level 6.
It will be great, but they lose a lot of their level 6 effectiveness due to the Ashe cleanse, which I don't know whether she could have picked something else to sort of bring in that more strength to the lane, but it stops the Sona ult, it stops the Nautilus ult if it gets landed, and it can help her escape if Nautilus lands his pull. The cleanse on Ezreal? I don't know. There isn't much hard CC besides Ashe's ult down bot lane either. So
there is the Lulu knock-up effect, which you cannot dodge.
Yeah, well,
and there is the Lulu slow, but I don't think that you would risk it using it on his slow.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Cleanse doesn't give a time sort of effect. So even if they try and cleanse Ashe's slows, it won't be enough of effect to really let him escape. Even though he does have his dash and flash up, which again may give him a useful effect, but we'll see.
We'll see. Alright. Things are going out for red team. Get into position for a support style assist on blue buff.
Alright, so we've got blue team setting up to protect their blue and purple team. Purple team starting red, it seems. And Sona may get caught warding.
30 seconds.
Throwing down that ward.
They've got sight on that Malphite. They'll know if an invade's coming in, and Malphite may get caught here. Or not, unfortunately.
Lulu hasn't seemed to get into the fray yet. She seems to still be at fountain waiting.
She's got her items.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, she started moving. Just as I've said that, she's bought items and started moving.
She may have, actually no, she didn't wait for an extra 35 gold at minute 30. But we'll see, both Ashe and Lulu may be setting up to start golems, with the whole of the purple team defending against that invade. Alright, Cho'Gath heading up top, and both teams assisting for wolves, and will we see a smartless blue come out of either team in an early gank? Who knows? Alrighty, so we have purple team being representing GGLoL, the Australian LoL, or Oceanic, LoL server website. They're our #1 team so far, and we are expecting big plays from them, hopefully, in coming weeks and months.
Although we haven't got our normal top lane.
Yep. Oh, and we see a lot of burst coming down straight on Lux.
Although Kha'Zix has paid the price for that burst, he has lost a large amount of his own health.
Both burning health potions. Kha'Zix burning 1 and Lux burning 1 as well. Both going for the same start, maybe? Yeah, both going for the exact same start. Kha'Zix, ward, 4 pot and 3 mana.
the recent nerf to the HP potions, that's going to become more and more common now. That sort of start for AD mids.
Yeah, it's going to weaken AD tops in their sort of weaker matchups as well. Although we aren't seeing a damage pot a red pot, sorry, being taken up by other lane, and a lot of early poke going down on Ash from both Sona and Ezreal to pick up the first blood at bot lane.
Rather intriguing that Lulu wasn't there assisting Ash. Ash was getting hit on quite effectively.
Yeah, Lulu backed off toward that brush and really they paid the price for it with both Kimriel and Alpha Sky getting down that burst and picking up that first blood.
Surprised that Lulu wasn't around taking this Ash though. Ash is rather squishy.
I think Lulu was off warding Tribush, so Sona had her power caught up, Ezreal had his Q lined up ready to go, and they just dropped everything they could straight onto that Ash as soon as Ezreal hit level 3.
Guys are patiently waiting in mid lane for Clips to overstep.
Yeah, well, Kha'Zix now is starting to outfarm that Lux very quickly, with Lux having burnt all their mana potions already this early into the game, and we could see a gank coming here from Vi on Cho'Gath top lane, with Malphite getting the slow off. Good plays from Cho'Gath, getting that knock up and silence to make the escape. If he's got his flash up still, he may just make it out, and there we go.
Doesn't even need it.
Doesn't even need it.
Starting is too strong.
There's the barrier coming out of Lux, saving her at mid lane as well as Kha'Zix drops his burst.
Very lucky you didn't get hit by the stun, man.
Nautilus sitting there taunting Lux in mid as well.
Here we go, Vi with the counter gank, jumping straight onto that Kha'Zix.
Taken out. No.
Flash out of Kha'Zix, stopping that red buff, really catching him out. But we could see Nautilus here getting dropped. Oh, maybe not.
Minion damage to him as well.
Oh, he was definitely tanking those minions. And up top we see Malphite getting ahead, at least in levels if not CS. Just realising I've switched.
Those early ganks give a lot of superiority.
Yeah, well...
I'll be able to catch up.
Oh no, Cho's still ahead in CS, surprisingly. He's just below in levels. And now he's going to start farming under turret, keeping that gold lead going. Both top lane.
Fantastic.
Malphite going for a chalice. Could he be building heavy AP, going for a sort of bursty style? And we see Nautilus catching out that Lux for a kill. A very good snare and pull, dropping all the damage onto it.
Too easy there by Nautilus. That was a very bad play by Lux.
Titan's Wrath and Titan's Wrath combined with Red Buff does offer a significant amount of early game damage over time.
Most definitely, but Lux was also out of mana, and Nautilus did time it very well for when to gank.
Fantastic play mid lane.
Most definitely. So now we see Cho'Gath, and both Cho'Gath and Malphite have gone back, with Cho'Gath picking up an extra ward and a Kindle Gem, and Malphite going straight into the Chalice of Harmony. I would theoretically think that Malphite's trying to get that mana regen up, and a little bit of magic resist to stop the damage coming out of Cho'Gath, but where can he go from it? Well no, I wouldn't consider Cho'Gath's AP damage against a Malphite to be enough to cause all that much problem, but...
Well, Malphite does have very large mana costs and a very, very small mana pool. So he may be going to be more harassing and trying to stop the damage, but...
But the question is, where can he build from there? You
can hold on to that Chalice through laning phase. Could be considered starting item, like for example you see mid laners taking.
Here we go, mid lane with a good ult coming out of Nautilus, and he missing his pull, ruining that whole attempt at a play. And
that didn't happen.
And we see Lulu drop at bot to good plays from both Sona and Ezreal, keeping that high poke and forcing their bot lane to push backwards. From there, we shifts to top to see Cho'Gath and Malphite trading, with Malphite now backing out, ready to get. And we see Lux use her ult to pick up blue buff, and Sona picking up a kill at bot lane on the low health Ashe who probably should have backed.
Bot lane do seem to be dominating at this point.
Well, all lanes well ahead. If we consider the gold, we've got 700 gold up on Nautilus compared to Vi, with those successful gank and kill at mid lane has given him the advantage and is allowing him to get a little bit more tanky. At mid lane, we've got about 50 gold difference. The CS is only 5 CS, so there's not too much difference there. Top lane, we've got a semi-substantial lead for this point of 300 gold, mostly due to that CS difference between the two lanes. Both lanes have had a gank. Both top laners have had a gank, but neither has been successful as of yet. On the supports, we've got a kill and 2 assists on Sona, giving her a fairly solid gold lead of 800 gold, and really helping them out down bot lane.
Well, you know what they say about early game support kills.
Oh, most definitely. But people don't consider it to mean much, but the extra, depending on what she builds into, she could grab an early aura item, most definitely giving the early damage bonus there, with the free wards and the free gold coming from that. As well, if you consider the slight level difference between Sona and beautiful ult coming out of Sona there, catching out Ashe and Lulu. Oh, with Lulu saving herself with a clutch ult there. Unfortunately, Ezreal doesn't deal enough damage to pick it up.
No damage shot. That ultimate gain from her health did save her life then.
Oh, most definitely. And here we see mid lane trading with a very good snare coming out of Lux to save her life. And missing that ult with
taking that laser to the face.
Did he cop the laser? I didn't actually
He copped the laser.
It didn't seem to do enough damage though for it to make much difference.
It was quite ineffective.
Unfortunately, yes. But we see Vi coming in and copping a lot of damage off both Ezreal and Sona. With looks like the tower dive there, catching out the Ashe with the taunt. Sorry, not the taunt, the barrier coming out, and then Kha'Zix melting both Lulu, Ashe, and Vi, giving them a nice easy kill on Lulu and the other two escaping.
That is a forced back. That is quite a large man burst on Kha'Zix.
That was a lot of damage early, considering that he's only got a couple of... Oh, he's only got a tier. That was a lot of damage. A lot more than I would be expecting from him at this point. But we see him dive Ashe as well and picking up another kill on him. Oh, sorry, his first kill. And we
see the Nautilus teabag, Kha'Zix teabag on Ashe there.
Yeah, then we see bot lane pick up that, and the clutch flash from Cho'Gath, dodging the Malphite ult and saving his life. A very, very strong play, from a gentleman who I'm hoping will eventually become one of Team 1's subs, if he keeps going the way he's going. Now we see purple team picking up the dragon, which has not been watered by blue team, and could we see Kha'Zix drop here? There we go, Kha'Zix drops.
Bang. All good things must come to an end, eh, Norak?
Blue team picking up their first kill for the match there after 11 minutes in.
11 minutes in, 1 kill to blue team and 7 kills to purple team in a tower. But it was a well-played gank by Vi, waiting until Lux landed her snare and her ult before bringing in her CC and damage to try and make sure the kill was picked up. If we compare the warding though between the two teams, we see wards coming out from top lane and a dragon for purple team, and blue team is only trying to save their jungle on red side, and Malphite has not bought a single ward yet, I don't believe. With Malphite going for the magic resist and trying to just keep the poke coming out, whereas Cho'Gath has the spirit visage, just maxing out his passive and trying to keep that lead going. Alrighty, so where are we sitting at now? We've got Vi coming up to gank top lane with Nautilus picking up that counter gank, ready to come in and make sure that they drop. We see Vi miss her dash and Nautilus catch her out and start dropping damage on using his shield passive. He's dropping damage onto Vi very heavily with the ult, and there we go. The kill straight onto Cho'Gath and the Ashe ult missing. We now see both Kha'Zix and Sona coming in to pick up that tower dive on the Malphite who thought he'd escape.
Absolutely, but that Sona being top's giving bot lane a bit of trouble.
Very much so, with Ezreal pulling out the plays until that Lulu ult, just saving Ashe from getting dropped by Ezreal. And now she'll be able to heal up, and she gets the shutdown gold. Unfortunately, that may be just enough. Oh, well, no, it won't, unfortunately. Actually, I was going to say it may be just enough to bring Ashe back into the game, but the 2k gold difference between the two of them is not going to be something that Ashe will close easily.
It's quite a substantial difference.
Well, very much so.
But there's the difference between the F-Sword or in Ezreal's case, maybe a Sheen, or even an Iceborne Gauntlet.
Well, considering what Ezreal's built, he's gone for the early Blade of the Ruined King. He's trying to max his attack speed, but it's really sacrificing the damage, and especially just then, it showed the difference. Despite the passive of Blade of the Ruined King, it wasn't enough to make sure Ashe wasn't dealing damage. And here we see Malphite and Kha'Zix trading, with first Malphite getting dropped, and then Kha'Zix getting caught out by the Vi ult and dash, causing him to be dropped completely, with an Nautilus not being able to supply too much help there.
That is a shame.
Well,
Nautilus did not have his ultimate up, so he could not have knocked up in order to save Norak just from that little bit more impact.
And here at top, we now see Vi and Ashe. Ashe using her ult to stop Cho'Gath managing to escape, and Cho'Gath being forced to turn around and start fighting to try and maybe pick one of them off before getting dropped himself. And we see him pick off Vi now, who stayed a little bit too close for the Cho'Gath ult. But we're seeing good plays coming out of blue team now, slowly closing the gold lead down from 7k to 6.3.
Will it be enough to keep them in the game?
We'll find out sooner or later, won't we? We can see blue team pinging for Lux to go down bot to try and stop the Ezreal pushing that tower and getting their third tower of the game. But Lux still focused. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, mate.
No.
I've been told to listen in to about 17 minutes for Norak's terrible plays.
Oh no.
From Norak himself telling me I should prepare myself for the dumbest move of his life.
And here we see that Blade of the Ruined King being used by Ezreal again to try and kill Ashe. But unfortunately, Ezreal trying to fight without wards there, protecting him, allowed for Lulu and Lux to come in and help Ashe pick up another kill to keep bringing her into the game. Now if we compare the gold difference between both Ashe and Ezreal, it's been closed from about 2.3 down to 1.5, with Ashe picking up a couple of kills while roaming, but Ezreal picking up still the more CS.
Hang on top lane. Oh, bye-bye Malphite. Very strong four-man gate coming out of purple team there.
Very much so. But, oh...
We're seeing a Baron attempt.
Moving straight on from the Malphite kill, straight onto an unwarded Baron from blue team. Blue team's warding their defensive jungle, which in this case is probably a good move. But they still need to keep those wards on Baron. Unfortunately, purple team pink warding it, so there's not much chance of it staying warded. But could we... Oh no, here we go. Ezreal's coming down to add his damage to it as well.
There we go.
There's a purple team's early Baron Nashor.
16-minute Baron attempt.
Just put him back up to that 6.5k gold lead. And we see Ezreal popping both barrier and her shield to stop Ezreal knocking her down. With the Malphite ult trapping and Vi ult trapping Kha'Zix under turret, trying to dive to pick up that kill and wasting his Baron buff. Now with double buff on Lux, we'll see them pushing down mid turret possibly, which has copped a lot of damage already, and we'll see what happens.
Well, you sound a bit out of breath there, buddy.
I'm trying to keep up with it. I'm getting there.
It's a pretty fast-paced game.
And then we see the knock up from Cho'Gath, catching out that Lux with Ezreal ult, cleaning up. Then Vi also getting caught out by Ezreal ult and the Nautilus CC.
Ashe just getting away.
Most definitely. So will we see one or two towers drop, with Malphite coming down to hopefully defend the second turret? Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to have enough health or mana to really be able to do much damage to them. And we'll see the second tower drop.
Bang, bang. Second tower. That's going to add a lot of map control for purple team.
Most definitely, when we see that both the mid, the jungler, and the support on purple team all warding thoroughly to make sure that map's covered and making the most of their gold. They've got good itemization so far with damage coming out on Kha'Zix, tankiness coming out on Nautilus, Cho'Gath going for a very tanky build as well, possibly not making the most of his AP damage, but they're utilizing him mostly for his CC at the moment and relying on both Ezreal, Sona, and Kha'Zix to bring out the damage.
Absolutely.
Now on the blue team, we're seeing Lux starting to outfarm Kha'Zix now, picking up more kills, and starting to have a much larger effect on team fights. With the high AP build she's gone, she's sacrificed a lot of survivability there, but is not going to run out of mana anytime soon. Then we consider Vi, who seems to be going across between tanky and damage, possibly rushing Spirit of the Lizard Elder just to make sure she gets that extra burn on her E. Malphite trying to maximize that passive, but due to a lack of assists, kills, and farm, he's not really making the most of it.
Absolutely. Malphite is in a rather poor place right now as a champion.
Yep, burning his flash after getting caught out by the Kha'Zix, Sona, and Ezreal. Copying a lot of damage there, just trying to stay alive.
We have the Nautilus.
Nautilus catching out Lulu, and then burning his ult on Lux. Nautilus...
for that crowd control combination. Fantastic. 3 easy kills in the middle. For purple.
Well played by...
Easy kills.
God. 2 easy kills. And well done by Nautilus, applying that CC to both team members to make sure that his team's able to follow up. And another really good grab, coming out and keeping that CC going on all team members and making sure that both Kha'Zix and Ezreal can dive in and pop off all their damage to make sure their kill is collected, I should say, by their team. And now we see both Nautilus and Sona chasing down Malphite under turret with... There we go. Both Ezreal and Kha'Zix diving in and adding their high damage, and then catching out Lulu. This could be a quick GG very soon coming out of blue team.
There we go. 20-minute surrender.
20-minute surrender. We saw purple team dominate early and keep that snowballing lead going, extending their lead up to 15k gold from that 7k we saw at 15 minutes. Just great CC and damage. Great CC coming out of Nautilus, with a lot of damage coming out of Kha'Zix and Ezreal. With the assists coming from Sona, was enough for them to keep that snowball going and be collecting all their kills. And just
absolutely
comparing it now, we look at what happened for the team. We saw Sona and Lux and Malphite surprisingly dealing all the damage for blue team. Lulu seeming to not have much effect, getting caught out a lot in a lot of the team fights. Whereas if we switch over to purple team, we see both the mid lane and the bot lane for purple team having a large effect early on, picking up a lot of those kills and just snowballing out of control, with top getting a lot of the assists, and both top and jungle bringing all that CC was just enough for them to catch up blue team, and if they caught them out, they were almost definitely going to pick up that kill.
Absolutely. I'd like to also note the no deaths on Nautilus and Sona. Very, very good plays done by them in order to stay alive during their gameplay. Well done to both of you.
Especially considering that both of them picked up the most assists of the game, with Sona getting the 16 assists, assisting on almost every kill except for 5 for purple team, showing that Sona is still one of the strongest supports in the game.
That is 75% of all kills. That is a rather impressive number. Nautilus coming in at about 46% of all kills as well.
Most definitely, showing that large effect a good support can have on a game. Especially
absolutely.
Some well-placed ults, but I think player of the match has to go to Nautilus. He was most definitely dropping all his CC in the right places, landing those hooks and pulling and catching out the blue team, just giving his team the best chance to start the snowball and just keep that snowball running, especially chasing under turret. They weren't afraid to take him under turret, and it showed. They really most definitely put out enough damage and were able to pick up all those kills.
Absolutely. Got any last minute comments you'd like to add on the little stream?
Well played to both.
Got a lot of good teamwork going on with the purple team. I see them going to great places. So I think a change in name needs to happen. Norak did not carry the team.
Are you sure? No, but I still reckon Unique Freak had a very, very large effect on that game. Keep an eye out for GGLoL Team 1. I expect them to be rising quickly through both the CG ladder and the Go for LoL, making those plays, especially with a strong bot lane like that. Getting that early snowball, just continuing it going, and the dominance as far as team fights and all that came.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to prattle on any further. Thank you all you guys who have watched, both myself and Taffy. Hopefully you'll check back later when we start streaming other streams from GGLoL, and also my personal. I'll be doing random duo queue, climbing to gold, all that good stuff. Hopefully getting up there eventually. Anything else you want to add, Taffy?
All the audio from our stream has been recorded via TeamSpeak. We can and want to apply this to a video.
I can do your
later on and put on the GGLoL channel. This could be the first of a great many LoL game videos to come.
I can do one better. I can pull the actual stream down if the quality turned out as I was hoping to expect it. Both being very effective, hopefully streaming in decent quality 480p. I apologize for anybody who had a crappy quality. I'm still trying to get it all sorted and get all the bugs sorted out for giving you guys the best quality stream I can for the internet I've got.
Absolutely, and we can't ask for more than that.
Most definitely. Sky, anything you want to add, seeing as you've just dropped back into the TeamSpeak channel?
Welcome back.
No, I was just talking to our team and laughing at a few of our fails, but
well,
keep
buddy.
my night entertained, like the Nautilus's attempted hook in mid lane.
That was a rather poor play, but he made up for it later on.
Most definitely. Personally, I reckon he got man of the match for his application of CC when it came down to it. What do you reckon, Sky? You got a...
I thought actually it was bot lane. I even told them that. I just think that the early game lane phase was absolutely dominated by the Exors owner, and I think that just transitioned much better to a really good late or mid game. I didn't make it to late game, but a really strong mid game comp.
They did keep the snowball going, although I would have liked to have seen a little bit more damage coming out early on Ezreal, not so much the Blade of the Ruined King, which is more an attack speed based item than damage based, which, although he made it work, the 2 times he did die because he didn't have that amount of damage to pick up the kill or 2 in the situation.
It's starting to become very standard these days, so I don't think there'll be much change from any of those Ezreal builds. Even in Blue Ezreal, it's a standard item.
It's still a standard item, but I don't believe that it should be a rushed first item. Picking up a BF sword in the middle of the build, like after you get your lifesteal, it seems to provide a lot more damage and a lot more survivability compared to just rushing your attack speed and lifesteal.
I'm still definitely a big fan of rushing Blood first on Ezreal straight up.
Absolutely. I've seen a large number of Ezreal starting to build the jungler's item on Ezreal, the Spirit of the Lizard Elder.
Yeah, because that's actually the Blue Ezreal, which I've actually been testing out recently. I think the Koreans or Chinese debuted it. But yeah, it's pretty much a lot of jungle items like the, well, not a lot, obviously, Elder Lizard, Blade of the Ruined King, Last Whisperer,
Nice
Mana item as well.
Yeah, so a build that's focused on more being survivable and melting people.
Yeah, poking and kiting. Well, there's almost no damage in that build. It's just all about kiting. With Ezra's passive, you can actually get his Q down to a 0.5 second cooldown. With blue buff as well. So heaps of constant poke. Especially with proccing the Icebound Gauntlet as well.
Yeah,
Iceborne Gauntlet.
most definitely. I have been reading up on it and having a look at a few of the Korean players, and it seems to be strong, but I think for those that are trying it in the NA meta, we're not really set up as such to be acceptive of it, as we are very much reliant on our AD carries to do a lot of damage in order to win the games.
I agree with that.
Alright, well, I think that's all from all of us, unless you two have anything more to add.
GGLoL.com.au.
Hit it up, check it
Sign up
out.
now for your chance to win $30 worth of RP.
Actually got 40 minutes. 40 minutes for that.
40 minutes left. 40 minutes left.
40 minutes
Doesn't
left.
look like anyone's going to be winning that.
Unfortunately, I don't think anybody watching the stream is going to be a new watcher, but if you liked what you saw, and hopefully I'll be streaming a lot more often now, I've got it all set up on my computer and ready to go. And we've got both Taffy and Sky, who both seem to be perfectly willing shoutcasters.
If I'm made any time on the round,
I like this guy. He ends up a jerk.
I am a jerk.
Well, ends with a joke. Ending with a joke was the line, mate.
Well, okay, I'll end with a joke. I took a shower this morning. I'm surprised they let me. It's kind of hard to sneak one out of Bunnings.
That is true.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end from both myself, Taffy and Sky. I hope you enjoyed it, and au revoir until next time. If you want to...
next cast.
Yeah, that's exactly it. If you want to see a recap of this, I'll try and get a version up on it by tomorrow onto the GGLoL YouTube channel. That's it. Well done to Team 1, having a great win, starting on that ranked climb, and getting themselves rolling.
Absolutely. From all of us here at GGLoL, I'd like to thank you for your watching and supporting us. We hope to see you in later endeavours.